Welcome to the Night 11 and Night 12 recap of the 2022 Extreme Panzer Leader war game / board game. As always, let's take a look at, we've gotten through turn 80, and these are the current cities, points, kills, and kill points. Feel free to pause to look at anything that you want to see more in depth. Not much changing, just the Americans and Germans continuing to expand, and the Israelis and Jordanians getting rapidly poorer, but I'll talk a little bit more about that later. Here are the consumables available. A lot of people using time banks in these dire situations. So let's take a look at the board. Up here, we see Farmville entirely wrapped up, as well as this Union of Cities. We do see a little bit of Jordanian pestering against the Americans. But other than that, not much happening in this region. The Americans were able to push the Israelis back and have taken these two farm cities here, as well as broken into this 7-hex fort on the hill, and are continuously gaining ground against these Jordanian and Israeli cities. We also saw some Jordanian threatening here, as well as some Italians moving up, forcing the Germans to build and defend these valuable cities here. Due to the American and German rapid expansion and blitzkrieging of the Jordanians and Israelis, the Jordanian player has enacted his nuclear plan, which involved uniting the world and giving up a lot of his desert cities here to the rest of the world in order to get them to fight alongside him against the Germans and Americans. And that has caused 2 additional fronts to form. One here on the river where we can see the Italians, Polish, Jordanians, Russians, French, and Japanese and Israelis all building a front against these few German cities. The Russians have already launched the initial wave, and they will be followed soon by the Polish and the French, so it'll be interesting to see how this front develops. And then we also had a front develop immediately as the Finnish wasted no time hearing the Jordanian call for help, and have launched their attack on the Americans. This is a complete tank versus tank battle, with some Japanese guns supporting the Finnish, but this will be interesting to see how this battle develops, as a couple of good dice rolls in either direction can be a very big difference maker in these singular focused battles. The Finnish are still largely secured, and same for the French. And the French have begun their massive wave of movement of all of their tanks to the newly formed front line that is this river front. Let's take a look at what time people have. As we can see all the way on the right, most of the countries that are involved in action are severely depleted in time and will soon be facing time troubles as they continue to fight. And that's it for the game recap. I will take you guys over to what we're calling the expansion of the game, and that will involve this table here being an island, and we have plans for figuring out a way to travel between islands in order to expand the map but not have it so linear. Instead, this will be a horseshoe expansion, so I will keep you guys updated on how that goes. But that's it for this recap. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and please ask any questions that you have. Feel free to ask them.